Hey, hello everyone. It's what is my intro? Anyways, it's Poet Holiday with two L's. And I'm here with another video, okay? Okay. Um Happy Black History Month, okay, February. Even though I feel like a month is just not enough, but whatever. But anyways, what did I want to talk about? Okay, so recently I've been watching a lot of I can't even say recently I've been watching a lot of anime because the last videos that I have shown I've always talked about an anime, but like I'm just saying like I'm really into my isekai anime, like aka another world. But specifically reincarnation anime. You know what I mean? You like I don't know, like maybe it's a little morbid in a sense because you actually had to die in order to like live this life. And honestly, you can be if I'm not trying to push my religion out there or anything, but I'm just saying as a Christian or whatever, but it could be in a sense of being like in a way you have to die in order to like have true happiness or whatever, heaven, all that. Da, 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 da. Anyways, don't listen to me if that's not your religion, you know what I mean? I'm just saying it's just very interesting to see at different aspects of something, looking at it from a different lens. You know what I mean? Because I did take that religious course. It was the politics of the apocalypse, and yeah, it was very interesting. uh, Definitely would recommend if you're in college, like really go into the different aspects that you thought you'd never really dive into. Like I mean, it's a time to experiment. uh, Aside from taking your core courses for your degree, definitely stay within that. But you never know, like what you find that you may find, like, oh my gosh, like maybe I should switch my major because some people did that. But don't do too much of that. I don't recommend it, especially like when you get like once you get like at least to the halfway point. Honestly, I don't know what you're doing, babes, unless like you've taken courses that have been in both aspects and then you want to switch to like that other aspect that you've really been like going into and then like have the other one as like a minor or whatever. Like you've been trying to like double major and then, blah blah blah. Or it just so happens to like fall into your lap like that. Because I probably could have, if I really like thought about it, double majored, which my major would have been political science and creative writing specifically because my institution wouldn't let you do a creative writing as a minor for some reason. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess it's not. If it's meant to be, it'll be, it'll be. Baby, just let it be. So much ride with me. Let me stop. Anyways, I'm all over the place right now. But it's fine. I actually have like a little thing of like what I'm gonna be talking about today. Wait, I was talking about anime. Uh, so isekai anime. Hear me out. I do love the villainous anime, especially the one where like it's a father slash husband, and he gets reincarnated into like the game that his daughter was playing because he's an otaku. His wife is an otaku, and his daughter is an otaku as well. And so this game, it was a villainess game or whatever, and he gets reincarnated into that. I don't know if it's like reincarnated because I don't know if he's like really dead or what. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling it for you, but like that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I really like that aspect. I'm not gonna say any more on top of that because like just watch it. Just watch it. Actually, should I try and dive into my list? No, you know what? Hold on. While I'm at it on my iPad over here, let me find that anime because I feel like I've talked about it on here before. Oh yeah, forgot I was already in Safari because I was watching an anime, a new anime. Well, I don't know if it's new, but it's called The Healer, who was banished from his party, is in fact the strongest. Um, it's subbed and I'm preferencing that because I mostly watch dubbed. And sometimes you get to a point of where like there's no more anime in dubbed, so you have to go into the dark side. Let me stop. It's not the dark side, but like it is though. Just for me. Like I'm not a subbed watcher. But you know, it's interesting or whatever, but I'm glad that I have a little bit more to like go into, because I kept like when I was watching just dubbed, I kept like going over some because I like to like watch anime but also like sometimes be able to do something else while I'm doing it. But I mean I can kind of do that, but like not, but to an extent, cuz like you're not really multitasking necessarily. You're just being able to switch from one thing to the other quicker or whatever, something like that. Blah blah. I feel like I mentioned that in the video, but like maybe I didn't. Okay, what was I saying? Villainess, villainess, anime. I mean, I could look it up on my phone right now, but anyways. Get on the floor. I'm trying to find like a list that has that one so I can actually like see what the anime is called. Huh? We received your choices and your request will be honored. Okay, I guess. I don't know what you mean by that, but whatever's. What is this anime? I might have to check that out. Let me stop. No, because I'm obsessed. When I say I'm obsessed with reincarnation anime. Specifically villainess and like just all the another world, isekai, blah, blah, reincarnation, da da da. Love it. I like you like that. I like Sean. Let me stop. I'm just trying to find it. Oh, okay. It's this one. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Hold on. Wait. It has it from bureaucrat to villainess. Dad's been reincarnated. Explanation mark. But yeah, that's what it is. Hashtag heavy. I heavily recommend that. Honestly, I'm gonna even put this on the side. This list of anime here, because like I don't think that's a reincarnation anime though. What? Or a villainess anime. It's not a villainess anime. No, because like sometimes they'll be popping up with stuff that don't even like fit into it. Like, and how is this one a villainous anime? The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. I'm sorry, you didn't come in for me to rant about like. I guess that's my little hobby segment. I'll probably be talking about something else later, but whatever. Anyways, let's get into poetry. Not me doing like almost the first 10 minutes on me just rambling. I'm sorry, Roxy. I'm sorry. Let me stop. No, because what is that? Live in my head rent free, especially when I'm just recording. I don't know what it is. Anyways, let it shine. A vibe. A whole vibe. I'm just saying. Okay, what poem are we gonna start with now? Cause I'm gonna first like share my poetry. Because I'm Black and I write about Black poetry, about Blackness within my poetry. If you don't know, now you know. Wait. Is that in here? I'm trying to find this one anime. It's called Tormented Descendants. Ooh, and the other one is in here too. Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, found it. Okay. No, because I really gotta get back into practicing reading my poetry and like memorizing it. Actually, that's what I really need to practice, like memorizing it, because I've like actually stopped doing that. And I need to get back into it. Okay, because I recommend it. Okay, Tormented Descendants. The whispering weak can be heard through my internal organs that churn so loud that I can't hear the lies of their silence cries. Cries that have fallen on deaf ears to provoke their worst fears. The cruel working ivory's demanding glare that dares me to adjourn against the hard working no pay that awaits me on every passing day. As the wind blows the historical tan that rests on a white man's hands that deceive my ancestors' bleeding palms from the cotton stem's wrath, that no balm could ever cure these scars, scars that run deeper than my strained link to my homeland that seemed so foreign to me. Okay, so preface, this is a poem that I made from like it was actually something that my college library like had a contest of. I don't they never said it who won it or whatever. I don't even think they got anybody to win it. There was no prize. I feel like there was deceit. I was deceived. We were all deceived. Let me stop. But it was like, what are those cards called? It's the paint chips, those things that have like the different colors for like if you want to paint something, go to the paint store or whatever, or you know, that kind of hardware store, you know, that thing. I know nothing about because never did that. I lack the experience. But yeah, we used those, and like one card had like three different color names, and you had to incorporate that. I don't know if it was in poetry or specifically poetry or some type of writing or something. But yeah, I did poetry. I don't know if that was like the thing. But anyways, and let me look to see if I can find the colors. Okay, so I know there was like, I don't know if it was called Cruel Working Ivory or just Ivory. It was probably Ivory. um Historical Tan, I think maybe that was the thing. And there's another one in here actually. Whispering Wheat or just Wheat, something like that. I think those were like the colors or whatever. It's been a while, to say the least. Okay, and then I'm gonna jump into this other one. Old stone should remain in the tomb. Okay, it's a funny story. I actually memorized this because I had performed this at my one of the yearly poetry event that my college has. And so I memorized it because I was really into memorizing my poetry, which I really need to get back into. And then for some reason today I was just reciting it, and I was like, wait, what is that poem? The name of the poem? Because but yeah, like sometimes I'll just be like, literally, something reminds me of a line in my poetry, or I'll think of a line in my poetry for something. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, you know, when I quote something or a meme, a song or whatever, it's kind of like that. But anyways, you know what I mean. Okay, the title, Old Stone Should Remain in the Tomb. Old stone shall remain in the tomb. I am at a standoff with the law. Laws that have restrained and defamed my family's name in vain, prosecuted to the highest degree before justice relinquishes me. The lack of equality induces inequalities among my own people. We bicker and create divisions, secluding ourselves. They broke our spirits, the family structures, the crumbles to dust, and the lives of another killed by our brothers because of the weapons thrown in their hands that they thought was a blessing. The systems that keep us at bay never seem to age to the few laws that kept us safe started to decay instead of procreate. The greats fought and died for these laws. If they died too, then what was their cause? Or what was the cause? I don't know. But yeah, it's like kind of like a speedy poem. So like I haven't had like decent amount of practice with it, so it was kind of me going off of what I remember and like reading it. But like I really do need to practice. As you hear from every time I do some poetry and like stumble, it's just like, oh my gosh, I really do need to work on this aspect of it. And like I said, I recommend you do it too. How about we do it together? I was thinking like maybe somehow making a video on like me trying to memorize a poem or whatever, but I don't even know if that would be like interesting to listen to, watch, whatever. I don't know. And I don't even know how to format that. So, you know, it's something for the future. Because if it's meant to be, it'll be. Anyways, now the next poem is a memory, and I gotta find it. Maybe you can draw. I'm sorry. Is there a search aspect on here so I can just find it? Because I'm trying to just quickly find it and not have to go through all of this. Hold on. I don't think it is. I can't just search it right here. And I gotta find it. Hit that for me. But it should be at the top, actually. So, haha, found it. Okay. A memory. A link between me and the past, the last breath gasp, the cries of babes to jingling chains propped up in shame to this very day. A past, a present, and a thought of the future, destined to repeat this ugly blooper. A blinding shrine for those with pride, glamorizing the blind while taking over the mind. What is a memory without its enemy? Villainy, liberty, tyranny, identity. It's nothing but the epitome of hypocrisy. Okay, as you can see, rhyme. I don't remember what the prompt was like, but we had to make a poem for class. It was for my first poetry course in college. And so yeah, I like the jingling, gasp. I forget what those words the specific word I'm trying to say what they are. But yeah. And then I think I was doing Rhyme Zone a lot during this time. I haven't pulled out Rhyme Zone in a good little minute. So, villainy, liberty, tyranny, identity, it's nothing but the epitome of hypocrisy. And then, like, I think one stanza that I'm really like, about. Oh, I honestly liked it when I first did it. But it's because, like, I think my professor and other people, like, when they were talking about it, it was I guess it was kind of confusing, this one stanza specifically. A blinding shrine for those with pride, glamorizing the blind while taking over the mind. I don't know, I like it, but like, let me know if you got any comments on that to like perfect it or whatever, you know what I mean? But I haven't really explained any of these poems. I just feel like they speak for themselves. This is basically saying like how slavery is, like, when you think about it, because I was just thinking about it because I really wanted to make a poem on like my feelings about the enslavement period, which I do a lot, but anyways. But yeah, and it was like a memory, like it is kind of like a memory, but it's not necessarily a first-hand memory. But yeah. And let me go back to that other one. What was that about? All the stones you ran into. Honestly, I think that was right after, like, I think the Roe v. Wade was overturned, and it was basically trying to say like, we've went through a lot, black people and stuff like that, and then how, the police violence, and how laws are pitted against us, and I don't know, it was a whole collage of things that I was talking about. And I don't feel like going back to that poem. Sorry, not sorry. I'll go more in depth on like this other poem though. I really like this one. You know what the title is? Happy Black History Month! Exclamation mark. Okay. Let me find it actually. Happy Black History. I'm not a fast typer. Mom. Huh. Not as... Is this in here? Ah, yes it is. It's in a document titled Poetry Bangers. Love that by my... Wow, I really could have went to this one in order to find the Old Stone Charmaine and so. Anyways, it's fine. Hold on, let me look at like the last stanza, because like I always end up either saying free or guilty. I can never make up my mind. But how he could free these people that we were deemed incomplete. It's fine. I'll just read what it says. And you tell me. Choose your weapon. Anyways. Happy Black History Month. February, a month to celebrate Blackness, a commemoration of the few contributions Black people have made in a nation that was filled with hate. January 20th, MLK Day, a day to celebrate the fight he won for his kin to live in Zen with other races. A day isn't enough atonement to the man who was struck dead because of the skin that mourned him. A month isn't enough to give for the race that was given lashes, still on the edge of collapse by the masses. January 20th wasn't just a day for Dr. King, but a day of suffering, a presidential inauguration for a man who slammed Miss Harris to embarrass her skin as well as her right to be a woman in this fight. A day, a month, and even a year is not enough to commemorate the race that has been disgraced. And don't remind me about Juneteenth, a day that celebrates freedom. Freedom is the acknowledgement of the hate that clouded the blues so much that Blackness was treated like a disease and used for free. To me, a day, a month, and even a year is not enough to commemorate the race that continues to be disgraced. Because how long was slavery? Almost 300 years long. And don't tell me how long it's been, since it's only been about 60 years of integration, which lacks the continual discrimination. Mr. Lincoln was thinking how he could free these people that were deemed incomplete. 3/5 to be exact. He left wiggle room, free till they deem you a criminal. Were they even criminals? Sought out by a hound ready to pounce. You drive, walk, breathe, even if you bleed, you're seen as a criminal. What a spiel. Give my people their freedom, because Black History Month was never enough. Okay, the part that I was saying, free and guilty. Okay, where it says he left wiggle room, free till they deem you a criminal. I think it's actually guilty till they deem you a criminal, because what I'm thinking is like, in the court of law, you're quote unquote, innocent until proven guilty, but Black people and anybody else who isn't white is deemed, guilty until they find the evidence or manufacture the evidence to deem you a criminal, basically. So I don't know what I want to do for that one, but yeah, I don't know. This was inspired because I was a part of that backwards program, which was actually because of my scholarship that I had. Sometimes I'm like, I'm a little lucky. They gave me like $50 a month. Or you know what? I don't even think it was 50. I think it was like 30. I don't remember. But gave me some money. Which 9 out of 10 I used on Chick-fil-A across the street. Yes. Chick-fil-A. They had me in a chokehold during my college years. I'm not gonna hold you. It was just I'm only one call away. Superman will save the wait. Superman got nothing. I don't even remember the song like that. But anyways, it was only one walk away. Okay. Had locked away, and we all sit on today. Tell me honestly. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you still love me the same? Anyways, so okay, yeah, it was. What was I saying? I am so sorry. I lost track so easily. But yeah, the backers program, and then you kind of get like a not an advisor, a mentor, and you do little posts on their little app. And so one of the posts I think I did on like one of my poems or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, are you gonna do one for Black History Month?" I don't know. It agitated me only because not because of him, but because I don't know. I just feel like people just like be during Black History Month. They be like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, black people. Oh yes, shirts and yes, this and da da da. But the rest of the month, you being real racist, or you don't care about us until the month comes around, or the day, MLK Day, or Juneteenth, whatever, blah blah blah. But honestly, it should be all year round. Okay, like especially indigenous people. I'm just saying. Of this land, please, specifically in America. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm just saying that. Really, it's just ugh, despicable. But what was I saying? But yeah, like I was saying, like it's not enough. It will never be enough because like come on now, 300 years long, almost 300 years long. Okay, and then also Lincoln was only doing that uh to satisfy certain people, but like at the same time he ain't free. We weren't free for real. I'm just saying, like it's just like it's a systematic thing that actually still continues because honestly I want to make a poem about like incarceration and things like that, how it's higher for black people in comparison to white people because like think about it. Yes, majority of the people here in America is white, right? So there should be a higher amount of white people than black people. When you look at it just straight up, you're like, okay, well there is a lot of white people in comparison to black people. But look at the stats of how many white people within the white community gets incarcerated, right? That percentage in comparison to how many black people gets incarcerated within the black community. And it's just like, hold on. The math ain't math. And then we see like so many different things about like, oh, this person just got let out because they were falsely accused. Like every time I always go back to like the Park Five because that was what we were I was my teacher, I was about to say professor, but this was high school. Um, she, I love this teacher because like she got me back into my poetry because we were doing like 10-minute free writes or whatever. So that's why I do my little prompts for y'all because like who doesn't want a little prompty prompt, you know? Sometimes most of the time I don't follow them, but a prompty prompt get you out of that slump, okay? But yeah, the Park Five, and then learning about Emmett Till, because the old girl was on her deathbed. The one who said, "Oh, he winked at me" or something like that, or he looked at me, or blah 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 blah. Come on, like that's kind of crazy. Like, really winking, winking, winking. Prosecuted to the highest degree, just like that quote in Old Stones shall remain in the tomb. Prosecuted to the highest degree before justice relinquishes me. The lack of equality induces inequalities. Oh, and then a part of that poem, among my own people we bicker and create divisions, secluding ourselves. They broke our spirits in the family structure that crumbles to dust in the lives of another killed by brothers because of the weapons thrown in their hands that we thought was a blessing. That shows like during like enslavement period, separated light skinned people from dark skinned people, like the inside inwards and the outside inwards. And you see how colorism is right now, even within the black community, Um and what else was I about to say? I was about to say something else. I was cooking, but then the fire died. The fire died. But yeah, it's just so much. So much. But anyways, I think that's all of my stuff. But like yeah, happy Black History Month. Love that because it's like almost like a being it's low key a call to action because it's just like okay and yes and like yes and improv. Come on now. What's next? Yeah. Mm, 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 mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So come and get me. Let me stop. Anyways, let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Anyways, and then like mashups happen in my head because of those. I'm stuck in your head. I'm back from the dead. Got you running scared. I'm fearless. Okay, that's from Girl versus Monster, the movie. Yes. Sorry. I lose track because there's always something in my head going on, but those mashups come from like the time during YouTube. There was a lot of like sing-offs. There was one person who did sing-offs with herself, and there were other people who did. I think it was like a prominent guy, Connor something, I forget, but he did those too with people, had guests or whatever, and that's how I got into William Singe. Yes, um, and that was a whole time of my life. No, because I was singing from like, I was just singing it, projecting my voice, everything. I bet my mom was tired of me. Still is. No, because at night, I don't know, it just be something where you just gotta sing. Like, I don't know, like some songs, like they really get you. They really get you, and I'm like, I gotta sing it, from my chest. But anyways, now we're gonna go into actual poets. Okay, I do consider myself a poet. Okay, hear me out, hear me out. Like I have been doing poetry for a good long time, but also like let's give props to the old faithfuls. The old faithfuls. Um, Hold on, let me pause real quick, and then I'm gonna go to my document that has like it's called like my scholarly articles or scholar archive or something like that. And then I have a poetry section and like a uh scholarly academic papers, whatever. Because if I ever want to go back to it, I can go back to this document. So hold on. Okay, I'm here to my document. Let me go in order by what I have it listed down on my whiteboard. Okay, I literally just had to figure out like how I was gonna do this. Um, because I don't want you seeing my Google account or whatever. So I'm just gonna copy it and then go in incognito and then paste it. Go. Poetry Foundation. That's where I be reading poems. Hold on, let me just actually do this portrait. Okay, we're here. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to give kudos to the people who ate down, ate down. Okay, Bury Me in a Free Land by Frances Ellen Watkins. This was one of the poems that the teacher I was telling you about, like with the 10-minute free rides and Emmett Till, well, taught us about. I don't know if she taught us about Emmett Till. Probably somebody else did, but taught us about the Park Five, and we watched that. I don't know if it was a movie or a series or whatnot, because we also watched a little bit of the Underground. That one, that was good. I never finished it though. I really do need to. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, before I forget, 10-minute write, the free write prompt. I recommend that you write a poem about blackness, how you or other people experience it. Along with this, if you aren't black, of course, write about a poem about blackness, as well as write a poem about your cultural experience. So, I'm not just saying us black people have issues. Everyone has issues, you know what I mean? So, like, write about it. Send it to me, even. Put it in the comments, What other way would be a good way to contact me? I guess oh yeah, because I got my Instagram account, Poet Holiday. Have I done a post yet? You'll know. You'll know. Just give me a little patience. Because I'm definitely uploading this video the 22nd. So I'm trying to be more consistent, you know what I mean? The second and the 22nd, or the first and the 11th, you know? Anyways, let's get into this poem. Bury Me in a Free Land by Frances Ellen Watkins. Make me a grave wherever, wherever, wherever you will. Oh my God. Please. The illiteracy is illiterating. I'm so illiterate at this point. Like, please. Let me try again. I'm just nervous. Okay. Make me a grave wherever you will. In a lowly plain or a lofty hill. Make it among earth's humblest graves, but not in a land where men are slaves. I cannot rest if around my grave I heard the steps of a trembling slave. His shadow above my silent tomb would make it a place of fearful gloom. I cannot rest if I heard the tread of a coffin gang to the shambles led, and the mother's shriek of wild despair rise like a curse on the trembling air. I cannot sleep if I saw the lash drinking her blood at each fearful gash, and I saw her babes torn from her breast like trembling doves from their parent nest. I'd shudder and start if I heard the bay of bloodhounds seizing their human prey, and I heard the captive plead in vain, as they bound afresh his galling chain. If I saw young girls from their mother's arms, bartered and sold for their youthful charms, my eye would flash with a mournful flame, my death pale cheek grow red with shame. I would sleep, dear friends, where bloated might can rob no man of his dearest right. My rest shall be calm in any grave where no one can call his brother a slave. I ask no monument, proud and high, to arrest the gaze of the passers-by. All that my yearning spirit craves is bury me not in a land of slaves. Actually, I actually have a poem inspired by this. Now, will I be able to find it real quick? I don't know. All I know, all I know. Let me know. Hold on, hear me out. Let me find it real quick, because I actually have a poem on that. I wrote it in high school when I had that class, because she would give us like works, and she would say like, write a 10-minute prompt on about this, how you feel about that, blah blah blah. It might as well always be a poem or something. I'm gonna find it. Not in the land. Bear me not in the land of slaves. Let me see if I can find that poem. Actually, I might have to get my notebook out. Actually, hold on. I'm just trying to find it. Death do us part. Maybe this is. Hold on. Is this it? Strongly for my name more. Maybe. It might be that one, actually. Hold on. I think this is the one. Death do us part. Strong away from my land with more that lay dead, up ahead is not a given. Dozens of untold stories, lost linguistic tongues. All that's left is the wind that blows, a sea of brown bodies down the path to our very own open cast. Massacres dealt by the hand of Christians, stripped of culture by the pearly whites, for we were announced as uncivilized, as the civilized killed babes, mothers, fathers, and all the rest who will never be seen again. My dear old land, pray this day you are left with grace, as your people have been disgraced one by one. Till death do us part, to the land that was stolen, we are one and the same, broken, sold, lost, and killed off. But I feel like there was a poem about that specifically. Oh well. You're welcome. Let me write that down actually, because I just did that. It was probably from her other poem. Because she has another poem that I have like in my scholarly archive. Something about her like Star Spangled Banner. I have a poem on that. Let me write it down. It's called Death Do Us Part. Poem Do Us Part. Hold on. Let me actually see if I can find it in my notebook. Because maybe that's the one. It's fine. But I feel like I had something else. But let me check that real quick. Magic, you won't belong. You won't belong. Okay. Okay, I'm looking through all my stuff because I have to go from the beginning. Because this is like my middle school era. Angsty. It's like my high school. And that's where it is. Like, I think it was like 10th or 11th grade. I think 10th grade. Right. I think so. Whoa, why does that come before that one? That was during quarantine. How I know? Because it's, because I actually have it written down that it was from that. Folk Tale. Oh, that was that. I guess it is Death Do Us Part. Yeah, I guess it is. I think I made a mistake on one of these poems and I put it in the wrong place, and I had to like preface to myself that that's actually during high school. Yeah, I guess that's the one. Sorry, I wasted you guys' time, but you know, I just have to figure out and see if it was the right one. Anyways, let me go back to because who's next? Anyways, it's Simon Says by Ashley Davis and Ompa. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's OOMPA. Actually, I feel like the actual video that I had doesn't work anymore. Actually, I know it doesn't work anymore because I tried it yesterday and it sent me to nowhere. I guess the video was taken down. So, I'm gonna just type it into YouTube. Hold on, let me go and get into my poetry YouTube account real quick. Okay, we are on my YouTube account. Yep. You can see my searches. I don't, yeah. Honestly, even in my other YouTube, my main YouTube account that I use to watch YouTube, it's fine. I just have this as my catered one for like poetry, writing, you know, that creative space. In the comics, as you can see. We love Drawing with Waffles. Love her. # recommend her for like drawing related things. What was I about to say? Simon Says by, hold on, spoken word. Is this the full one?
The game is Simon Says. You know how it goes. When Simon says do an action, you do an action. But you're only supposed to do an action if Simon says. Ready? Simon says, raise your right hand. Simon says, put your right hand down. Simon says, raise your left hand. Put your left hand down.
Simon didn't say. Y'all look good. Okay, Simon says, put your left hand down now. Cross your arms.
No. Simon didn't say cross your arms. You need to make sure you're listening.
Okay, Simon says, smile. Show us your teeth. You're only as valuable as you are able. Simon says, raise your right hand again. Wave.
Why are you waving? You don't know how to listen? You must not be a good listener at home. Simon Says it's not time for a bathroom break. You go when Simon says. Eat when Simon says.
Leave this room when Simon says.
There's only one rule. Only do what Simon says.
Simon says only speak when you are told to speak.
Simon says, speak to your neighbor now.
Why isn't everyone speaking now? You chose to play this game, now you're choosing not to play. How dare you ruin it?
Hold on. That's not the full thing. Hold on. Boo! Oh, it's here. Okay. Let me pick up to where we were. I'm just here. Okay.
Simon says, speak to your neighbor now.
Okay.
Why isn't everyone speaking now? You chose to play this game, now you're choosing not to play. How dare you ruin it for everyone else?
Simon says it's still not time for a bathroom break and stop asking.
Simon says you're not listening.
People that don't listen will never be successful. You know what? They don't even care.
They don't.
Just take out a book and shut up. Read. Simon says read.
Simon says it's time to file in the hallways now, one behind the other.
Straight silent line, tight to the right. Simon says if you can't be silent, how will you hear what Simon is telling you to do?
Silence!
I said be silent. Simon said be silent.
Simon said only 20 minutes to eat your lunch and be silent.
Eat faster. Eat faster.
Simon says sit up straight and be still.
Simon says tuck in your uniform. You don't want to tuck in your uniform? Go sit in the corner.
Simon says if you can't handle this classroom, how will you handle your jail cell?
Simon says you will refer to it as Officer Simon from here on.
And Officer Simon says know your place. Officer Simon says show your teeth, boy. You're only as valuable as you are able. Officer Simon says put your hand down. We don't raise hands here. There are no questions here.
Officer Simon says you must not be a good listener at home.
At this rate, you'll not be going back home.
Officer Simon says you will speak only when you are told to speak. Officer Simon says speak to your cellmate now.
Why aren't you speaking now? You chose to play this game, now you're choosing not to play. How dare you ruin it for everyone else? Officer Simon says it's still not time for a bathroom break and stop asking. Officer Simon says you're not listening.
People that don't listen will never be successful.
Officer Simon said it's time to file in the hallways again, one behind the other.
Straight silent line, tight to the right. Officer Simon says if you can't be silent, how will you hear what Officer Simon is telling you to do?
Silence!
I said be silent. Officer Simon said be silent. Fix your uniform. Fix your face when you're talking to me. Clean your bunk uniform. Sit up straight.
I don't care if I didn't say Officer Simon said. Officer Simon said it. So sit up straight.
And be still. Be still. Be still. Officer Simon says if you can't handle your jail cell, how will you handle your casket?
That was deep right there. How can you handle your casket? If you can't handle your jail cell, how can you handle your casket? And they showed it so beautifully how the system, let's say specifically school system, school board, how they prepare you for jail. And then jail prepares you for your casket. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember if it might be both actually. I might have watched this from one of my teachers because one of my teachers showed it in high school. I don't know. It's either through high school or college we had seen this. I don't know. But it was done beautifully. Like 8 down. 8 down. When I mean 8 down, 8 down. Cause like it's just so good. Because it's just as simple as like Simon says. Cause like who didn't play that game? This generation. Let me stop. Let me not talk too much about this new generation because it's everywhere. You can find it. It's really sad. No, because I really just watched a video. Hold on. Let me find it on my... Oh, no. My water bottle cap fell. Hold on. Always stay hydrated. Kids, guys, women, children, everyone. Sorry, I was getting some more water. I'm, a little thirsty, a little parched, if you will. Let me find that video because I like watching her rant videos. Hold on. Hello, wherever you are you dancing on the dance floor, drinking by the bar? Let me Haley. It's HAYLO space HAYLEY. Like you're gonna take my recommendations. This video was uploaded, I think, like today or something. I can't see. But it's called, the title is the iPad kids are getting so much worse. ... And so I think the first video was showing that this one kid was being calmed down by his dad, while they're like on a Disney cruise or ship or something Disney, you know, Disney adults. Let me stop. Not too much on the regular Disney adults. Okay, but anyways, and the kid was just like basically tweaking because no Wi-Fi, can't go on Roblox, can't do what they like to do. Usually on some type of electronic. And it was just like, that is absolutely despicable. The parents are to blame because they wouldn't know about this stuff if you didn't hand it to them on a silver platter. It's like, y'all don't understand actions have consequences. Like I said, I want to do a critical thinking video, but I'm probably not gonna do it because it's too cold for you here. Let me stop. Anyways, it's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. Let me stop. I'm so sorry. Roxy, I'm sorry. One other thing. Oh yeah, I don't want to do it because I'm lazy. Yeah. Oh, what is this?
Dear woman, I am sorry for every man that took advantage of you. The ones that built campsites inside of you, there was no foundation. One day a man will build a home with you. He will not be temporary. He will feed your mind, body, and soul. For every void you have, he will make you whole. You will not be a burden. He will unpack every bag you have been carrying. He will love you, not because you are beautiful, but because you are extraordinary. I'm gonna say that one more time for y'all. He will love you, not because you are beautiful, but because you are extraordinary. Intelligent, strong, and beautiful are words not powerful enough to describe you. Dear woman, one day a man will love every fiber. That is you.
Okay, I don't
Dear
know if you could see
woman,
that it wasn't moving on my front, but I don't know why. My phone be wanting to bug out sometimes. Anywho's, I was just curious of what that video was about. What was I about to say? Oh, the next poet. Thank you. Next. Oh, and the good old faithful Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. Or is it Maya Angelou? Maya Angelou, right? Right? Hold on. Say thank you next. Even though I don't necessarily like Ariana Grande. Hear me out. She's a home wrecker. Anyways, copy. And I say it in song because of that one song by Sabrina Carpenter. I'm a home wrecker. I got death threats filling up semi trucks. Tell me who I am, cause I don't have a choice. And the song is called Because I Like the Boy. I love that song. Anyways, okay, we're back. Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, hold on. Let me actually. Portrait. Anyways. Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and its tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bring bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. I don't know. I just feels like, it feels like we're all like in a cage almost until we one day are free. And is that through death? Question mark. But I don't know. It really does speak. Maya Angelou, A down, But anyways, the next part of this video, which is the last part, I think we're gonna just search up some Black poets and read some poetry. Some more, maybe. I don't know. Have we done enough? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, let me look up some Black poets. Celebrating Black History Month. Oh, was this posted today? I don't know. Was this done today? Oh, yeah. Well, I think 2026 at the bottom, I guess. Well, not necessarily today, but, this month. Let's find something just random. Waiting on the Mayflower or the Middle Passage? Let's do Middle Passage. Oh my God. No! I'm not reading all of that. Roxy, I'm sorry. Okay, Waiting on the Mayflower. It has to be shorter. Oh my God. Booker T and W.E. Du Bois. Okay, Booker T and W.E.B. by Dudley Randall. It seems to me, said Booker T, it shows a mighty lot of cheek to study chemistry and Greek when Mr. Charlie needs a hand to hold the cotton on his land. And when Miss Anne looks for a cook, why stick your nose in a book? I don't agree, said W.E.B. If I should have the drive to seek knowledge of chemistry or Greek, I'll do it. Charles and Miss can look another place for hand or cook. Some men rejoice in skill of hand, and some in cultivating land. But there are others who maintain the right to cultivate the brain. It seems to me, said Booker T, that all you folks have missed the boat who shout about the right to vote and spend vain days and sleepless nights in uproar over civil rights. Just keep your mouths shut. Do not grouse? Ooh, hold on. Feeling real illiterate now. But work and save and buy a house. I don't agree, said W.E.B. For what can property avail if dignity and justice fail? Unless you help to make the laws, they'll steal your house with trumpet up claws. A rope's as tight, a fire as hot, no matter how much cash you've got. Speak soft and try your little plan. But as for me, I'll be a man. It seems to me, said Booker T. I don't agree, said W.E.B. That's very interesting. Mr. Charlie, a white man's name. And then talking about basically going on the precipice of like how, I don't want to generalize it, but let's generalize it. How white people seek for other people to do the work. At least back then. Okay, I'm not going to generalize for everyone. Everyone is not like that. I'm just generalizing for, at least during the enslavement period. But Black people don't do that. They go out and do it themselves. And then it says like that all you folks have missed the boat who shout about the right to vote and spend vain days and sleepless nights in uproar over civil rights. Just keep your mouth shut. Do not grouse, but work and save and buy a house. Basically saying that, okay, stop with all that um equal rights chanting and da 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 blah blah blah, and just do the work, save and buy a house. But like, yeah, that's easier said than done, you know what I mean? Especially when other people want you to be out here working for them for essentially for free. Free trauma, actually, to be honest. That's what you're paid in trauma. Let me stop. But yeah, that was a very interesting one. Let's find another one that's not long. We Real Cool. Gwendolyn Brooks. Okay. We Real Cool by Gwendolyn Brooks. The Pool Players 7 at the Golden Shovel. We real cool. We left school. We lurk late. We strike straight. We sing sin. We thin grin. Thin Jen. We Jazz June. We die soon. I get it, but I don't get it. You know, not my vibes. I think I tried to actually read this the other day, yesterday, because I was trying to look for, black poems. Ghana Calls. Ghana Calls by W.E.B. Du Bois. Oh! Or is it Du Bois? I don't know. This is really long. Well, y'all can check it out on Poetry Foundation. Cause I can't. I can't. Billie Holiday. What's that? Only one L though. You know. Unlike me, 2 L's. Anyways, let me stop. Billie Holiday by Ethelbert Miller. Sometimes the deaf hear better than the blind. Some men, when they first heard her sing, were only attracted to the flower in her hair. I mean, I get it. I don't know. I guess it just doesn't leave an impact on me. But not everything is for everybody, you know what I mean? Hold on. American income. Is this long though? Oh, it's a paragraph. I hate that for me. Let's see. I'm just trying to look for something. Oh, no. Okay. I think this will be the last one and then I'll wrap it up. Okay. Dr. Booker T. Washington to the National Negro Business League by Joseph Seaman Carter SR. No. 'Tis strange indeed to hear us plead for selling and for buying, when yesterday we said, away with all good things but dying. The world's a go and we're agog to have our first brief inning. So let's away through surge and fog, however slight the winning. What deeds have sprung from plow and pick, what bank rolls from tomatoes. No dainty crop of rhetoric can match one of potatoes. Ye orators of point and pith, who force the world to heed you. What skeletons you'll journey with, air or eerie, it is forced to feed you. A little gold won't mar our grace, a little ease our glory. This world's a better bidding place when money clings its story. No matter how the last stanza is more, I guess, can leave an impact. Bro, I'm confused. This no, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a little slow in the poetry, diaspora. But this is what people say when like they're talking about poetry and they say they don't understand, they don't like it. and not to be rude to good old Joseph Seaman Carter, SR. It's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Hold on, let me go to my good old faithful screen. Okay, we're back. To the back, to the back, to the back, to the back, to the back. We're playing basketball. Don't know this. Okay, let me stop. But you guys, tell me how you feel about this video. I definitely felt like I needed to. Honestly, why did I forget that this month was Black History Month? But then when I realized it, I was like, you know what? I guess I do need to make a video about Black History Month. But like, I have a lot of poems that focus on Blackness all year round. So I was like, is it really necessary? But I feel like it is necessary because like I be talking about it a lot, so might as well like really give kudos to great people. And I will try my best to make any kind of poetry on like different cultures, and if I can't, I'll definitely find them, especially like during that month, and like go and search them out, read them on most likely Poetry Foundation. And yeah, and like spread it to everyone, you know what I mean? Because like I feel like every culture should be celebrated, and also bringing awareness to different things. Yeah, so definitely come back soon, because I'll probably be uploading either the 1st or the 2nd of, what is the next month? March. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. And if y'all like Heartopia, tell me how y'all feel about all of these paid things that are popping up. Cause like tomorrow is another threshold for something that else is paid, which is My Little Pony. I mean, it has some like non-paid aspects, but it's just I'll talk about it in another video. But y'all like really like see more of me on here, Poet Holiday, of course, and then on Wattpad, Poet Holiday, and then on Instagram when I finally post something, Poet Holiday again, you know what I mean? And then when I finally get to uploading again on there, on those platforms, I guess I should add them to my YouTube description. Anyways, bye you guys. I hope you want to see more of me, hear from me more, you know what I mean? And let's like really have a conversation in the comments, because like I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you appreciate me. So bye bye. Oh wait, like, share, subscribe even. But see ya.